My dear friends, close your eyes for a second. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm, wind screaming, rain crashing, chaos everywhere. Now imagine being completely calm in the middle of it, unshaken, focused, in control. That's the power you could have. The calmer you are, the sharper your mind becomes. The clearer you think, the smarter you act. And right now, in a world full of noise, distractions and stress, this one skill will set you apart. This isn't just motivation. This is a game changer. Because the truth, most people are drowning in stress, reacting instead of thinking, letting emotions control them. But not you. Not after this. Think about the last time you lost your cool. Maybe in traffic, in an argument, or under pressure. What happened? Your mind shut down. You made mistakes. You regretted it later. Now imagine if in those moments you were calm, laser-focused, seeing solutions where others see problems. That's how winners operate. That's how legends are made. This isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about mastering them. It's about rewiring your brain so that no matter what life throws at you, you stay unshakable. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how. If you're ready to think clearer, act smarter, and unlock a level of mental strength most people never reach, keep watching, because what comes next could change everything. Why calmness makes you sharper. Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to look at your reflection in a pool of water when it's being disturbed? You can't see anything clearly, right? The ripples distort everything. Now imagine that water is your mind. When you're stressed, anxious, or angry, your thoughts are exactly like that disturbed water. Chaotic, unclear, messy. But when the water is still, crystal clear, that's the power of calmness. Science backs this up. When you're in a state of stress, your brain floods with cortisol, the hormone that puts you in fight or flight mode. In that state, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for logic, decision-making, and focus, literally shuts down. That's why when you're angry or panicked, you say things you regret. You make impulsive decisions. You can't think straight. But when you're calm, your brain operates at its highest potential. Studies from Harvard and Stanford show that people who practice mindfulness and emotional control have better memory, sharper problem-solving skills, and even higher IQs in pressure-filled situations. Think about the greatest leaders, athletes, and thinkers in history. People like Nelson Mandela, Serena Williams, Warren Buffett. What do they all have in common? They don't lose their cool under pressure. In fact, they thrive in it. Why? Because calmness isn't just about staying relaxed. It's about giving your brain the space to perform at its peak. When you're calm, you see opportunities others miss. You hear what people aren't saying. You spot patterns, solutions, and creative breakthroughs that a stressed mind would never notice. Here's the best part. This isn't some mystical trait only a few are born with. It's a skill, a muscle you can train. Every time you choose to take a deep breath instead of reacting, every time you pause before responding to a provocation, you're strengthening that mental muscle. And the more you do it, the sharper you become. Imagine walking into a high-stakes meeting completely composed while everyone else is sweating. Imagine handling a crisis with a clear head while others panic. That's the edge calmness gives you. It's not about being emotionless. It's about being in control. And in a world where most people are drowning in stress and distraction, that control makes you unstoppable. So the next time you feel tension rising, remember, the calmer you are, the sharper your mind becomes. And a sharp mind, that's the ultimate weapon in life. How to train yourself to stay calm. You've just learned why calmness is your superpower. But here's the truth most people never realize. Staying calm isn't about luck or personality. It's about training. Just like you'd train your body in the gym, you can train your mind to stay unshakable. And today I'm going to teach you exactly how. Let's start with the simplest, most powerful tool you already have, your breath. When stress hits, your breathing becomes shallow, your heart races, and your mind spirals. But here's the secret. You can reverse engineer calmness by controlling your breath. Try this now. Inhale deeply for 4 seconds. Hold for 4, exhale for 4. Feel that? In just 12 seconds, you've already begun to reset your nervous system. Navy SEALs use this technique before missions. CEOs use it before high-stakes meetings. And you can use it anytime, anywhere. This isn't just relaxation. It's a tactical advantage. Now let's upgrade your mindset. Most people believe they must react immediately to everything. A rude comment, a missed deadline, a sudden problem. But here's the life-changing shift. You don't. You have the right to pause. The Japanese samurai called this the sacred space between stimulus and response. In that space, you reclaim your power. Next time tension rises, say this phrase out loud. I choose my response. That simple act wires your brain to interrupt autopilot reactions and choose clarity instead. But training isn't just for crisis moments. It's about daily practice. Start a calmness ritual. Just 5 minutes every morning. Sit in silence and focus on one thing, your breath, a candle flame, or even the sound of birds outside. No phone, no distractions. This isn't doing nothing, it's mental weightlifting. Studies show daily meditation thickens your prefrontal cortex, the brain's decision-making center. Think of it like sharpening a blade every morning so it's ready when you need it. Finally, reframe stress itself. Most people see stress as the enemy. But what if I told you stress only becomes toxic when you believe it is? Researchers at Yale found that viewing stress as energy instead of danger boosts performance and reduces harm. Next time your heart pounds before a presentation, say, this isn't fear, it's focus. Your body's response is the same as excitement. You decide the meaning. This is the art of calmness. Not avoiding storms, but learning to dance in the rain. Not suppressing emotions, but directing them with precision. And just like any skill, the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Start today, because a calmer you isn't just peaceful, it's powerful. The unbreakable link between calmness and success. What if I told you that every major success story in history, every breakthrough innovation, every against all odds victory, every legendary performance had one invisible thread connecting them all? That thread is calmness, not the absence of pressure, but the mastery of it. When scientists studied top performers across every field, from Olympic athletes to Nobel Prize winners, they discovered something revolutionary. The difference between good and extraordinary wasn't raw talent or even hard work alone. It was their ability to access crystal clear thinking precisely when the pressure was greatest. Let me show you how this works in the real world. Imagine two traders on Wall Street during a market crash. Both have the same information. Both have equal experience. But one starts panicking. His hands shake. His thoughts race. He makes emotional decisions. The other, his breathing remains steady. His focus sharpens. He spots opportunities in the chaos that others miss entirely. Who do you think comes out ahead? This isn't just theory. Hedge funds now hire meditation instructors because they know calm traders make better decisions under fire. The magic happens in your brain. When you're calm, your prefrontal cortex, the CEO of your mind, stays fully online. This is where strategic thinking lives. But stress floods your system with cortisol, literally shutting down this critical area. That's why people choke under pressure. Now consider this. Warren Buffett reads 500 pages daily in complete silence. Jeff Bezos insists on putting space between stimulus and response. The Navy SEALs' most elite unit spends more time training their minds than their weapons. They're not just being zen, they're engineering superhuman performance. But here's what's truly exciting. This isn't reserved for elites. A Harvard study tracked two groups of professionals over 10 years. Both worked equally hard, but one group practiced daily calmness techniques. The result? They earned 50% more promotions and reported higher satisfaction, not because they were better at their jobs, but because they were better in their jobs. Clear thinking led to better decisions, which compounded over time into extraordinary results. Your calmness directly determines the quality of your decisions when it matters most. Your ability to spot hidden opportunities in crises, how people perceive and trust your leadership, your capacity to turn setbacks into comebacks. This is why ancient Stoic philosophers, modern billionaires, and peak performers across history all echo the same truth. You must learn to control your emotions, or your emotions will control you. The battlefield of success isn't out there, it's in your mind. And calmness, that's your ultimate weapon. When the world shakes, you stand firm. When others react, you respond. When chaos reigns, you see clearly. That's not just success, that's mastery. Real-life superpowers of a calm mind. Let's talk about the real magic that happens when you train your mind to stay calm. This isn't just about handling emergencies better. It's about upgrading every single part of your daily life. Imagine waking up feeling rested instead of anxious. Picture having tough conversations without your heart racing. See yourself actually enjoying your day instead of just surviving it. This is what happens when calmness becomes your normal state. First, your relationships transform. When you're calm, you listen better. You don't snap at your kids when they're being loud. You don't argue with your partner over small things. Instead, you become the person who brings peace into every room. People start trusting you more because they know you won't overreact. Your coworkers respect you more because you're the one who stays cool when everyone else is stressed. Second, your health gets better. Science proves that chronic stress makes you sick. It weakens your immune system, raises your blood pressure, and even makes you gain weight. But when you practice calmness every day, you sleep deeper, your digestion improves, you have more energy. Doctors at Harvard found that just 10 minutes of daily calm practice can lower inflammation in your body. That means less pain, fewer headaches, and faster healing. Third, you become smarter at handling money. Ever made a bad purchase when you were emotional, or missed a great opportunity because you were too nervous? A calm mind spots good deals. It waits for the right moment. It doesn't panic when the stock market drops. Financial advisors say the tier one skill for building wealth isn't math, it's emotional control. Fourth, work becomes easier, not because the work changes, because you change. That annoying coworker, you stop letting them ruin your day. The tough project, you break it into small steps instead of feeling overwhelmed. Studies show calm employees get promoted faster because they solve problems instead of creating them. Here's the best part. Calmness is contagious. When you stay peaceful, people around you start calming down too. Your home becomes more relaxing. Your workplace becomes more positive. Even strangers treat you better because they sense your energy. Think about your average day right now. How much time do you spend feeling rushed, irritated, worried? That's not living. That's just getting by. Now imagine replacing all that stress with calm confidence. Imagine knowing that no matter what happens, you'll handle it. That's real freedom. And it starts with one deep breath, one pause, one moment of choosing peace over panic. This isn't about becoming emotionless. It's about becoming the boss of your emotions instead of letting them boss you around. The rewards? Better health, stronger relationships, more money, more success, and most importantly, more happiness every single day. Who wouldn't want that? So here's your takeaway today. The calmer you are, the sharper your mind becomes. The clearer you think, the better your life gets. This isn't just philosophy, it's a fact. Stress will come, challenges will rise. But from this moment on, you have a choice. Will you let chaos control you, or will you stand firm, breathe deep, and respond with the unshakable calm of someone who knows their power? The greatest athletes, leaders, and thinkers all have this in common. They've mastered their emotions. And now, it's your turn. Every time you pause instead of panic, every time you breathe instead of react, you're not just avoiding stress, you're upgrading your entire life. Better decisions, stronger relationships, more success, more peace. This is how ordinary people become extraordinary. And the best part, you don't have to wait. Start now, right now. Take one deep breath and promise yourself, I choose calm, I choose clarity, I choose control. If this video helped you, do me a favor, hit that like button so more people discover it. And if you're ready to unlock more life-changing power, subscribe and tap the bell. Because every week, we break down the mindset and strategies that separate the best from the rest. This isn't just content, it's your secret weapon. Stay calm, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.